boys and girls, and welcome to our writing home page for the letter U. We are going to work on both upper and lowercase u. They are very similar letters. The uppercase U is larger than the lowercase u, and the lowercase u has this neat little kickstand. We're going to start with the most important one, which is the lowercase one. And that's because in reading and in writing, your child will be doing lowercase letters more often than uppercase. A lot of times people teach their children all the uppercase letters and how to write them, and then they need to go back and learn all those lowercase. So your child is going to work with a pencil. You are going to hold it with 2 fingers like this, and then your thumb will come over top. You don't want to hold it right on the point or way up here. You want to hold it just right here at like near the tip. I, however, am going to be working in marker. So I will be the only one using marker, and that's because we are videoing this and the pencil does not show up well on the camera. So we're going to start at that middle line. We're going to come and we're going to do a hook. It's going to come up just a little bit, and then we'll start at the top and come right down to, or I'm sorry, we do not start at the top. We'll start at the middle line again, and we will come right down. So middle line, hook it over this way and stop, and then top or middle line again, and right to the bottom. I keep wanting to say top, but it is indeed the middle line. So this is what this looks like. We start at that middle line and just bring it up to about here and stop. Then we're going to start up here and bring it right down. Middle line and hook it over. Middle line to the bottom line. The tricky part is getting these 2 lined up whenever you don't have the lines. Hook, middle line, down. And that's our letter U. So we're going to do that all the way through, each one of these getting smaller until we get down to that size that we need to be able to write the letter U. So we're going to start at this middle line. We're going to hook and then stop. You're going to eyeball it up starting at that middle line and make a straight line. So hook, line. Oh, I didn't line that one up great. Hook and line. If you make the smallest mistake with these markers, you can see it immediately. So hook, stop, line. It's almost like making the J, but it's kind of backwards and it's smaller, which makes it a little more challenging. See this one I started above? I wouldn't want to do that. But I guess everybody makes mistakes, so that makes it okay for you to make mistakes too. That is why there are erasers on pencils. So here's our word to trace, and that word is a color word. What color is this? It is blue. So we are going to start with the B. Just top down. You're going to make a circle and you're going to trace it to that middle line. L you already know how to do. U we just did. And then E we start like the letter C and we cross it. Whoops. Okay. So there's our lowercase u home page. Here's our uppercase. You can see that's a lot bigger. It's bigger, but it's a lot easier to do than that lowercase u because it's just one great big stroke. So the trick to this is being able to do it without moving your whole arm. It should be a movement in your wrist like this, and that can be hard as you're coming up to stay on the line. So be prepared to be challenged just a little bit with the bigger ones. As they get smaller, they actually get easier. Okay, we're going to try and do the whole thing in one stroke. Starting at the top line, curving down, touching that bottom line, and then right back up to the top. You're going to try and do what I just, you're going to try and not do what I just did. You're not going to want to go above that line. It's okay to make mistakes. That is exactly how we learn. Because we're growing all the time. And then as we do the smaller ones, you can see these smaller ones are easy peasy lemon squeezy. Once they get to a certain size, they're super easy to do. So as we get smaller, you'll work on staying in those lines, touching the bottom, and when we get down to the write it on your own, your challenge is going to be to make that curve at the right spot. You don't want to curve here and go out and then come up like that. You want to curve like this. Nice straight curves. Okay? And here's another U word. It is umbrella. U makes that sound. So you are now an expert at doing that U. I know. You will know how to trace that one. M starts with the straight line all the way down, another hump. B is, you do a line first and then the belly, and then a straight line and a little roof for the letter R. E starts like a C, and then we cross it. L is easy, 2 straight lines. And the letter A starts like the C again, and we make the straight line. And you trace the word umbrella. Fantastic. I know I do this every day, but there are new people coming to our site every day, and I'd like to just go over this activity. So, every day at Shining Stars Preschool, we practice our name during the summer program. So, we practice our name, and this is the activity that I absolutely love. You get a grown-up to simply write or print, actually, the name out. Make sure that your school is following either the Zahner Bloser or Danilian alphabets. Make sure you know which one so that you'll know which way to form those letters. Panther Valley School District does the Zahner Bloser, so that's the style that we used for this. And you're going to write the name. Second time you write it, you're going to drop off 1 letter and then 2, 3, 4, all the way down until you have just a blank line. Because you're doing this activity every day, we want to try and save some paper. So you can simply slip it into a zip type baggie. Have your child take a dry erase marker, and they'll love doing this, but you'll need to supervise them. And they're simply going to trace over the first time. The second time they'll trace and then make that last letter, and then it'll be 2 letters and so on until finally they're writing their full name. Now, do not expect your child to be able to do this within the first few days or the first week. it might take them weeks to be able to master their name. And that is why we practice writing our names every day, so that when we go to kindergarten, we go in knowing how to write our names. And that is tremendously helpful to your child's teacher. Also, when they go to specials classes, the specials have probably at least 500 students, and it's hard for them to help all the kindergartners with their names. So practice writing names every single day, all summer. So, okay, end of the video. We will see you in the next one. Have a great day and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.